Thank you so much, Dr. Ahmed, for joining the J-MENA platform. We are glad to have you here so you can share your successful experience with us. So let's start with introducing Dr. Ahmed.
My name is Ahmed AbuTayeh. I'm from Palestine. I graduated from the School of Medicine in Kyoto University in Jerusalem, after which I worked as a medical and research officer in Palestine for 6 years. And then I decided to proceed with my higher education. So Japan was my option. I came here in 2015. I was luckily accepted in Kyoto University, and I graduated from the School of Biostudies in the field of molecular and cellular immunology.
So you have been here in Japan for more than 7 years. So why did you study in Japan, and why did you come to Japan?
Well, it's because Japan is actually like a country that sounds really interesting for students who would like to proceed with their higher education. It's a very well-known destination for international students, and in terms of the educational and research standards, Japan has a very high research standards. So when I wanted to do my PhD in the field of immunology, I checked and discovered that Japan is one of the top places where you can get great knowledge in my field. So beside being an attractive country in terms of culture, safety, diversity, kindness of people, I decided to
come to Japan.
Yes.
And you decided to apply for the next scholarship?
Yes, it was the only option for me. A mixed scholarship offered 3 positions per year for the Palestinians. It's a sort of a competitive scholarship, but in my case, I chose one of the hot topics in immunology, based on which I wrote my PhD proposal, and I was luckily shortlisted for the interview. And once you are shortlisted, you sit down for an easy English exam, and you meet the committee that chooses you. And if you are qualified enough to pass, it's a very good, it's an excellent actually privilege to get the mixed scholarship and come here.
Yeah, exactly. And what about the Japanese requirements? Did you learn Japanese, or can you tell more about this?
You don't need to learn Japanese to apply for the mixed scholarship. You just need to write a good proposal that can convince the committee here in Japan. And if your proposal passes, then you just, as I said, sit down for an English exam, and that's it. And later on, you get a list of the professors here in Japan that accept international students, and most of them do not require the Japanese language to accept you. However, I recommend students who would like to come to Japan to try to learn Japanese, either in their home countries or once they get here, because despite the fact that you can still accommodate perfectly in this country, you still need to learn Japanese to have better integration and open up more opportunities for the future. So it's not required for the acceptance in the study, but it's a sort of
recommended.
Yeah.
If you would like to to pursue your life in Japan, job hunting and etc., for example.
Yeah. not just job hunting, even cultural events, you know.
To integrate.
Learning what's happening in the country, you know, keeping updated about the issues happening here in Japan. So the language is, to study Japanese is something that is upon us here. Yeah. And I saw many students who learn Japanese well and who got really great chances that they cannot find neither in Europe nor in their home countries. So this country has a lot of opportunities that if you get integrated in this country, I recommend not to miss it, you know.
And you have obtained your PhD degree from Kyoto University. So congratulations.
Thank you.
Why did you choose Kyoto?
Well, because Kyoto University is one of the top universities here in Japan. It's usually either the first or the second in terms of the annual ranking of the Japanese universities. So it was a very attractive option to me. Moreover, when I was checking the list of the professors who I can apply to, I found a very interesting and actually inspiring professor who graduated from the United States and who ran his own lab in English. So I found it a very good option for me, beside the interesting topic in molecular immunology that he is working on. And when I came and lived in Kyoto, I felt in love. In my view, I think Kyoto is like the most beautiful city in Japan, if not like the whole world, because it's the city that you can really live peacefully. You have the pure history of Japan. You have a very attractive nature. You have a very fresh air. It's I think the most popular city even for Japanese. So I enjoyed living in Kyoto, and it was like heartbreaking to me that I had to leave it.
And now you are in Tokyo.
It is still interesting. There are more opportunities in Tokyo because it's the capital here, you know. All the business, the companies, the universities, international companies, the politics stuff. It's all based in Tokyo. But people like me, who like quiet cities or from like a countryside background, they would really love to
stay at Kyoto.
I don't think there is anyone who came to Kyoto and did not love it.
You made me want to move to Kyoto.
More than me?
Yeah. So Dr. Ahmed, after graduating from Kyoto University, you moved to Tokyo to pursue your studies in MBA studies, and you get the scholarship. So could you tell more about it?
Well, actually, I moved to Tokyo because I am working as a postdoc fellow here in Nihon University School of Medicine in the division of respiratory diseases. But on the same time, I was luckily accepted to do a master's degree in MPA because I felt like this is the chance that I was looking for, as I believe that we need to develop management skills, whether we work as researchers or any other field. So I applied to one of the top universities here called Shizenkan University in the downtown of Tokyo, and I was luckily accepted to get a scholarship from the university. So and after I joined, my imagination was that I'm going to take a lot of like management, financial courses, but I was actually surprised happily that the course also includes a lot of knowledge about the other cultures, the other religions, because they want to let you acquire the leadership skills from a comprehensive point of view, not just from your own point of view. And I'm doing it on a part-time basis, so I just go to the university on the weekends, and sometimes I take classes at night. And this is what we were actually talking about a few minutes ago, that once you are in Japan and you get to know the people, you get to develop your own network, you are actually opening up a lot of doors and finding a lot of opportunities.
So what about the Japanese life? For example, for someone coming from the MENA area, how did you find Japanese people interacting with, for example, Arabic, Muslim people? How did you find that?
I think Japan is a very good option for people coming from the Islamic countries or from the Middle East, because it is a country that accepts diversity. It's a country where you can never find or feel any stuff like, Islamophobia or the head cover, concerns here. So in terms of respect, I think Japan is a very good option. This is one thing. The other thing that I like about Japan is that the society is still somehow conservative, based on our standards, So I think for people coming from Islamic countries who have some concerns, about the culture in Europe or America, I think Japan is their option, because beside the safety, as I said, the diversity and respect, you still can have a great knowledge here.
So based on your successful experience and life in Japan, what are the main things that everyone needs to know before coming to Japan and to have a successful MEX application, for example?
I think first you have to keep in mind that Japan is one of the top options to proceed with your high education. So you are coming to a country where you can not only get knowledge, but also acquire a lot of values. Being a hard worker, committed, honest, you really appreciate science when you come to Japan. So I think to pass through the process of the mixed scholarship, you have to be determined, creative, and try your best. I believe if you do your best, you can at the end get the options that you are looking for. Now, once you are here, I think Japan is a very easy country to get integrated to, and there is nothing that makes you feel homesick apart from the geographical distance only.